I realize that sometimes what's painful becomes purposeful. Sometimes hurt has you right where healing wants you to be. But here's the question. Are you willing to overlook the obstacle and see opportunity? Simply because when you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at change. Today on In the Mix, I want to shift your perspective. Let's have a courageous conversation entitled Broken to Break Through. How to break burdens that keep you broken. Oh, I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. Good people, how you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you are doing well. Well, family, welcome to another edition of In the Mixed. I'm yours truly, your host, Dr. Eddie. I'm ready. If you're ready, type ready. Come on, family. Type ready. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. While you're doing that, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well. I don't want you to be a ghost follower. Yeah, I want you to make sure that you hit the subscribe button as well to our channel as we mix it up. And you know how we do it. We got to pay that light bill, family. Yeah, we pay the light bill by dropping some light bulb emojis in the chat. Come on, drop some light bulb emojis in the chat as a matter of fact. Getting ready to have a courageous conversation of illumination on our channel for change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks chains. We're going to light all the way up. 100 watts, we're going to keep it 100. Too lit to quit. We turn the lights all the way up. Why? Because we are the light of the world. We're going to spotlight, we're going to highlight a particular topic today entitled Broken to Break Through. Yeah, broken to break through. How to break burdens that keep you broken. If you can remember our last conversations, we talked about the biggest loser. If you missed that episode, be sure to go and check it out. I gave you 2 specific strategies on really how to lose to win, how to lose what weighs you down. If you remember, one of those strategies was that you can't break what you don't hate. Really can't. You have to move into a place of control, alt, delete. Yeah, control your mindset, alternate, find an alternative for those behaviors, and then also you have to eventually delete, remove the bad habit. Got to ask yourself some serious questions. Do I really want to break the bad habit? And then what are the consequences if I don't do so? Secondly, I mentioned that you have to redefine your image. You can't allow society to paint the picture of your life. You have to understand that you were created in the image of God. And since you were created in the image of God, you can't allow other people to try to make you a clone and a cookie cutter copy. Yeah, I like that. A clone and a cookie cutter copy of somebody else. Got to be you. Got to step into authenticity and accountability. And then also interpersonal connectivity. Come on, family, type breakthrough. Type breakthrough. Broken to break through. Another thing that we have to do as we're moving to a place of greater breakthrough in our lives, breaking burdens that keep us broken, here's what we have to do. We have to reevaluate our relationships. Got to reevaluate your relationships. Some people you got to hire. Some people you got to fire. Some people you need to demote. Other people you need to promote. Some people you just need to reconfigure. You need to readjust them. You need to, here it is, reposition them in your life. Yeah, you do. Because you have to understand this. You are the CEO. You are the chief encouraging officer of your life. You are the one who decides who comes into your life and who leaves your life. You have to be very intentional about who has access to you. Oh, come on, family, type access. Type access. You got to be very intentional about who has access to you. You got to be very intentional about who you allow into your life. You have to set up healthy boundaries. Boundaries are not a wall. Boundaries are a bridge. I decide who I want to allow or who I will disallow into my life. It's just cut and dry like that. It ain't personal, it's business. And here's the thing. You can't allow the wrong people in your life to put you out of business. What do you have to be? You have to be, as Jesus said, about your Father's business. Reevaluate your relationships. Come on, family, type that. Type that. Reevaluate your relationships. Do you have relationships that feel weighty, that feel entangled, that feel encumbered, that when you see them coming, you feel like going? Come on. Then I want you to consider with me, what can you do about that? Can you step back? Can you take that, rewind it back? Yeah. Because is it affecting your health? Is it affecting your mental health and your personal wellness? And there's a lot of conflict. Every other time is always something. You don't know if you're going or if you're coming based upon that person's emotions. You got to get to the place to where you say, you know what? I'm not going to be monkeying around with no folks who treat me like a circus and make me look like a clown. Come on, you got to get to that particular place. Listen, stop monkeying around with people who treat you like a circus and eventually make you look like a clown. You have to really get to a particular place to where you ask yourself this question. Is this person pouring into me or draining me? Who is pouring into me? Put them in this particular category. Who is draining me? Put them in that particular category. And here's what I want you to do. Get rid of those who drain you. Easier said than done. But I guarantee you, here's what it's going to do. It's going to work wonders in your life. Some of us have become so used to pain that it hurts to be happy. Many of us, we love red flags because red flags, it gives us, some type of excitement. Green flags too peaceful for some of us. Not enough drama going on because you're a drama-filled type of individual. Got to heal so that your selection of people starts becoming different. Got to get an acquired taste for healing in your life. Who's pouring into you? Who's draining you? Too many people are entering relationships. I need you to hear me. They're entering relationships from a deficit mindset. Come on, you say, well, I want a relationship. I want to be married. Why? Why do you? Just so that you can say that you have somebody? Just so that you can go out on dates? So that you can be treated? So that you can be spoiled? Because if that's all the case, then it sounds pretty selfish to me. Because here's what I realize. Relationships, much more a marriage, is about the service business. You're not in that to be served. You're in there to serve. Are you needy or are you needed? Well, I just want to be in a relationship. I just want to be in marriage. Why? So you can cause a fight? So you can fuss? So you can argue? So you can now, be dismissive and not have any accountability and blame shift and gaslight? Is that why? Because I guarantee you it's going to end as quick as you want it. Many of us were entering relationships from a deficit mindset of incompleteness. You feel incomplete, so you want somebody to complete you. Breaking news for you. Nobody's going to complete you. Only God does that. You want somebody to make you happy. Nobody's going to make you happy. They can only add to your happiness. I hope you're bringing a level of happiness to it. You're entering it from a level of insecurity and inadequacy and inconsistency. And you got to understand this. Your value and your completeness and your wholeness comes from God. It doesn't come from anybody else. It doesn't come from someone else. No human being will ever make you feel complete. You know how you're ready for a relationship? When you don't need one. Right. It's not a need, it's a choice. You're ready for a relationship when you don't need one. If you choose not a need, you'll always be needy. You're ready to date when you don't need a date. Because hear me, if you're begging, if you're starving, if you're thirsting for it, you're going to meet somebody who never will quench your thirst, but they'll always leave you parched, if not dehydrated. You don't need them, you need him. You need a drink of the Lord's living water so that you stop being so thirsty. Come on, family. Type choices. Type choices. Type choices. Type choices. Got to make the right choice. I can't choose out of need and out of necessity and out of inadequacy. I got to reevaluate my relationships. Why is that person in your life? Are they just there to stroke your ego? Is it a clout thing by being with somebody? Come on. Human beings can really be on an FM frequency of WIIFM. What I mean, what's in it for me? Selfishness, not selflessness. Can I get a witness? If you feel that you need a date in order to be complete or fulfilled, personally or interpersonally, then you're not ready to date, much less to be in a relationship. You need to hear me. Being around another soul is not a substitute to make you feel whole. You never want to be in need of somebody, or you will settle for just anybody. Let me talk to you. You are most prepared to date and be in a relationship, let me say it again, when you don't need to be. It's not a need for me. Is it a need for you? The opposite of need is choice. And choice, hear me, it allows you to make a decision. Like any delicious cake. Lord knows I love me some nice cake. Love me some chocolate cake particularly. Love me a good cake. Thankfully, I don't eat them often. But the main ingredient of a relationship is like a cake, and it's not the icing. But it's all of what it takes to make the cake. What are all the ingredients? We're looking at the icing, we're looking at the batter and all this other stuff, but that's not really the ingredients of what it takes to make the cake, much less of what it takes to make the relationship. It's not the dates. It's not the ussies. It's not going out. It's not all that other stuff. It is the peace. It is the joy. It is the giftedness of who it is that both of you are to each other. It is the peace over pressure. It is the suitability over the anxiety. It is being on one accord. And I need you to hear me. When you don't feel the need for anyone to complete you, to fulfill you, to instill worth in you, then you're ready for a relationship. Why? Simply because you have learned how to be successfully single. You have learned how to operate your life not contingent upon other people, but you have a make it happen mindset. You got a mindset of self-love. You got a mindset of self-esteem. You have a mindset of commitment. Come on, family. We're having a courageous conversation. Drop a super chat. Drop a super sticker. Oh, yes. Talking about broken to breakthrough, how to break burdens that keep you broken. And a lot of times we're so burdened down and we're so broken based on how somebody treated us or how somebody mistreated us. We're so broken by that. When we need to be moving into a place of breakthrough, we got to do the healing. We got to overcome the trauma and the triggers of what becomes so TNT so that we can move into truth and transformation. That's some real TNT right there. Family, if you're not a member of In the Mix, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, it's time to join right now. Join me. Become a member of In the Mix. Don't tell me, oh, yeah, I'm watching In the Mix, but you're not a member of In the Mix. Come on, we got to change that. We got to do something about that. I want you to hit the link in the chat. Tap the link in the chat. Link is in the description of this video for how to become a member of In the Mix. All you have to do is just purchase one of these badges, VIP, Royalty, OQP. You up with OQP? Yeah, you know me. You up with VIP, Royalty, OQP? Now you show me. That's why it's so colorful in our live chat, because we have so many amazing members like you who have went ahead and purchased a badge. They've partnered with us. They've supported us. So I would that you would support this show. Your support, your securing of a badge, VIP, Royalty, OQP, helps us to broaden our broadcast, helps us to go into neighborhoods and nations, helps us to move into communities and cities and spread this message of empowerment, of greatness, of transformation, of truth. It helps us to purchase the type of equipment, the software and the hardware of what we need to make this show operate. You can help us to do that. I would that you go ahead and secure a badge right now. And because you do that, my gift to you, my give to you is I'm now giving you access into our members only area of our YouTube channel called Connor's Corner Content. Connor's Corner. I got all the content that you've been looking for that I don't talk about here or anywhere else, only specifically in our members area. Membership has its privileges. I would that you would become a member. Yeah, membership has its privileges. Become a member and get access to our Connor's Corner content. Family, I hope that you will soar with us, become a member of our Eagles community as well, where we go further and farther than we go here. I'm empowering you to increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence. Go to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. We got a special rate going on right now, just $24.99. Be a part of our YouTube, be a part of our sessions, rather, that go beyond YouTube, I should say, where I'm teaching, I'm coaching, I'm training, I'm mentoring you. You got access to all of our accountability partners, our Facebook group, access 24/7, 365, 366 on a leap year, access to every session that we've ever done. Go ahead, become a part of it. Let me give you the strategies, structure, solutions, and systems to take your vision to another dimension. TheEaglesAcademy.com. You know, there's a story of comedian Cheryl Underwood. As we're talking about broken or breakthrough, hit the thumbs up button on this video, family. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. Talking about broken or breakthrough, how to break burdens that keep you broken. Story of comedian Cheryl Underwood. Yeah, was on a conference call because they were doing the Queens of Comedy. You know, the Kings of Comedy had Bernie Mac, D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer. Rather riveting, if I do say so myself. Bernie Mac showing up, milk and cookies. That's for another conversation. Another conversation. You want some milk and cookies? Yeah, You got to watch the show. Got to watch the special if you haven't seen it. So Cheryl Underwood is one of the candidates for the Queens of Comedy. She's getting ready to be on this conference call. And right before she unmutes herself to say hello to everybody, she hears a number of comedians, sisters like herself, just berating her. She ain't even said nothing yet, but they brought her name up, and while she's on the conference call, her call is still muted, and she's just hearing them, just dog her down, dog her out. Really hurt her. She was on, I believe, the show The Talk, talking about this situation. And she said it really hurt. And I don't know about you, maybe some of you all, or maybe I probably would too, would have unmuted that call and said, you said what about who, to when, where? You want to talk about me like that? Hello? I'm right here. Yeah, I'm right here. You didn't know I was on the line, but I'm on the line. And Jesus is on the main line too. You better pray for me. But here's the thing. Cheryl Underwood never even unmuted the call. Until that moment that she shared it on the talk, those comedians who were dogging her out never even knew that she was on that call. She said they didn't know so much that even we were on set together on some shows, doing some comedy specials together, and I treated them with kindness, and they didn't even know that I knew that they were talking about me. Cheryl said this: I was bruised, but I wasn't broken. Yeah, they thought they broke me, but here it is. It only was a breakthrough for me. Yeah, because I stepped on the negative. The stumbling block became a stepping stone. My enemies became my footstool. Haters became my elevators. Haters became my escalators to move to another dimension. Come on, family. Type, I'm not broken. Type, I'm not broken. I'm breaking through. Despite what happened to you, break through. Despite what they said about you, break through. Despite what they did to you, break through. Despite how they talk about your complexion and how they don't want to make a connection, break through. She called him up and she said, you know what? I'm not going to go ahead and do this. You can choose somebody else. The situation was no laughing matter, as she is a queen of comedy in her own right. Cheryl Underwood. Amazingly hilarious sister. But here's the thing. She's the one who had the last laugh. And he or she who laughs last will always laugh best. Bruised. But no. You ain't gonna break me. Why? Because I've got an unbreakable spirit that's on the inside of me. I got the Holy Spirit on the inside of me. That's rejuvenating me. That's renewing me. That's strengthening me. That's reviving me. That's refreshing me. That's restoring me. Breaking news, family. I don't want you to touch this dial. Smile. Yeah. More breakthrough is on the other side of this break. I guarantee you that. Stick and stay. More is on the other way. Yeah. More is in store. After these messages, I'll be right back. Our schools are underfunded, teachers are underpaid, and our children are undereducated. Our classrooms, culture, curriculum, and communities are in crisis like never before. Education is the key, but the lock is broken. So how do we fix it? I'm so glad that you asked. I'm giving you strategies in my new book. It's my 17th book, by the way, called Strategies for Successful Schools. How to develop a diverse classroom of learners who read, lead, and succeed. This is a book that's available right now for our educational leaders. It's a must-read for school board members, parents, community advocates, transformative teachers. But not only that, so many of our young people are struggling with their academics, their mental well-being, limiting beliefs, procrastination, interpersonal trauma, and just feeling like they're hopeless. But what if there was a go-to guide to empower you to be a champion? Here's the good news. I've got another book for you. It's my 18th one. Learners are Leaders, Strategies and Solutions for Student Success. It's got a 31-day journal in there. It's got affirmations, really a lot of valuable life lessons, ways to set smart goals for success, improve your mental well-being, foster academic success. So much more that is in store when you get not just one, but both of these books. They're both available right now on Amazon. But also, you can get signed copies that are available at theeaglesacademy.com/books. Don't just get them for you, but also get them for someone else too. Yes, y'all. And we don't stop. Come on, family. I need you to heed to these resources that you've heard. Let's get back to the word. Family, we're talking about broken to breakthrough. How to break burdens that keep you broken. Just talking about Cheryl Underwood. Tough situation, how she still overcame that. And you can overcome the situations in your life too. In order to do that, you got to break what you don't. You got to break what you hate. You have to hate it to break it. You can't break what you don't hate. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about patterns. Secondly, I told you this. You have to redefine your image. Thirdly, you have to reevaluate your relationships. Number 4, you ready for more? Come on, family, just type more. You have to take authority over your mind. Hear me. You have to take authority over your mind. You really do. And here's a question to you. What weighs you down? Really, what's weighing you down? Are you dealing with guilt about long ago misdeeds, missteps, mishaps, mistakes? Are you grappling with anxiety? Because here's the thing. Scripture says, be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, let your requests be made known unto God. Whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure. If there be any virtue, if there be any praise, you got to think on these things. Do you have this high, inflated, perfectionist standard? You're dealing with, you're grappling with grumbling anger. You're dealing with grievances. You're dealing with bitterness and depression and passivity and lethargy and a lethargic, lackadaisical attitude and doubt. Do you take yourself way too seriously? Whatever it is, for a brief period of time, whether half an hour, whether half a day, you got to get to the place to where you say, listen, I'm going to drop it. Got to drop it. Stop focusing on the waves of worry and the winds that become so worrisome, and walk on the water, walk on the word. Most dangerous place you can be in life is not when you're walking on water, but when you're staying in the boat. Your mental health is your wealth, family. Come on, family, just type mental health. Type mental health. Your mental health is your wealth. And here's what we do as a consequence. We focus solely on our body. Yeah, you want the dress to look like it's painted on you. You want to be G'd up from the feet up. Want to look good, want to smell good, hair whipped, dip, fried, dyed, laid to the side, nail done, hair done, everything did it. You fancy, huh? We put so much emphasis on the outside, on the outer, on our body, and building up our nest egg, our money, but not our mindset. And if you think about this, if you really be real with you, the day-to-day issues that you're dealing with oftentimes weigh in your mind. The day-to-day issues of the things that you have not unpacked. And a lot of times this is what we do. We stay on our grind. Oh, yes, we do. We stay on our grind. And here's what I've had to do. I've had to reframe much of my lexicon. I've had to reframe my phraseology because the word grind, there's nothing good about the word grind. Grind means to wear down. That's what it does. And here's what I understand. The enemy desires to sift you as wheat. The enemy desires to grind you into a pulp. Wants you to wear down, wants to break you. But here's what you have to do. You got to refresh your mind. You know what you got to do? You got to put you on your schedule. Because you cannot pour from an empty cup. And too often we are pouring into people who have holes in their cup. Got to take some time for reflection. You have to take some time for, here it is, recreation. And so often we're so busy that we're not productive. But here's the thing, we'll be more productive when we take a little time to pause, when we take a little bit of time to reflect, when we take a little time to relieve the pressure valves in our lives, when we take the time to actually analyze our mental health and our emotional well-being so that we don't live our lives on autopilot. We know how to make a living, but do you know how to make a life? I want to ask you that. And sometimes making a life is this: talking to a counselor, talking to a therapist. In the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Having a coach. That's why it's so needed and necessary that you join us in our Eagles community. Every athlete, if you're going to operate at the maximum preeminent level, you need a coach. Everybody who's trying to become somebody and do something of significance, they have a coach. Even a coach has a coach. You want to join our amazing Eagles community, where we're giving you all the strategies, structure, solutions, and systems for the transformation, for interpersonal growth, for development, for healing your heart set, your mindset, your soul set. Right? So that you can be an asset in any particular environment. TheEaglesAcademy.com. Go there. We have to discover our truth. We have to discover our truth while processing our trauma. And even with our trauma, our triggers. You can't spell health without heal. I need you to hear me. True mental health happens when we heal. True mental health happens as we heal. Why? Because now we're able to find freedom. We're finding freedom from that emotional incarceration. We're able to find freedom from intergenerational trauma. We're able to find freedom from psychological pain. We're able to, here it is, honor our humanity by focusing on our mental health, by focusing on our emotional well-being. And we also need to do that, yes, proactively, yes, practically, but we also got to do it spiritually. We have to take authority over our mind. We have to take authority over depression. We have to take authority over bad vibes and emotional instability. I got to do what I need to do physically. I got to do what I need to do practically. I also got to do what I need to do spiritually. It's good to have Jesus and a therapist. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I got to get to the particular place where I'm taking authority over my mind. I'm letting this mind be in me, which is also in Christ Jesus. I'm not being conformed to this world, but I'm being transformed by the renewing of my mind. Come on, family, type transform. You're not transformed by the renewing of your lease. You're not transformed by the renewing of your marital vows, and we're happy for that. But you're only transformed by the renewing of your mind. You got to cast down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God. If the thought is higher than God, it's too high. But here's what I got to realize. That he'll keep me in perfect peace if I keep my mind stayed on him. Yeah, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, I gotta think on these things. Do you know that it takes the same amount of energy to think small as it does to think big? You might as well think big and make some big adjustments and make some big shifts and make some big moves and get some control over your mind. Why are you allowing other people to manipulate your mindset? You got to take authority over it. When that suicidal ideation, when those thoughts of wanting to unalive yourself and all these depressive emotions are trying to attack you, you got to counterattack it. Say, in the name of Jesus, no, it ain't. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No weapon formed against my mind shall prosper. I'm thinking the thoughts of God. I'm thinking thoughts of peace. I'm thinking thoughts of power. Why are you worried about things that are out of your control? Last but not least, refuse to be a people pleaser. Hear me. You got to refuse to be a people pleaser. What do I mean by that? You will always put your purpose on pause when you live for people's applause. For many of us, we quit when people don't clap because you're so focused on getting validation, because validation is your affirmation. Hear me. Validation is for parking, not people. Let me talk to you. Let me say that twice because it's so nice. Validation is for parking, not people. Stop seeking validation from people who don't even know themselves. Stop seeking validation from people who don't even feel good about themselves, much less like themselves. You got to focus on the purpose that God gave you, not who dislikes you. Too many times we're spending money we don't have on things we don't need to impress people we don't like, much less who don't like us. Don't get depressed trying to impress other people. You got to seek to please God instead. You don't need to seek other people's permission to walk into your purpose. Listen, walking into your purpose is not a field trip. Why are you asking for a permission slip? That's going to make you trip. You don't have to wait to be great. Now is the time. Come on, family, type now is the time. Now is the time. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You have to make up your mind to mute the opinions around you so you can hear the true voice of God within you. If you please God in the process, He's going to position you for greater purpose. He's going to position you to pursue your purpose. When you recognize the God-given gift that is on the inside of you, you're going to see the enormous value that permeates your life. You're going to stop burying your talent. Well, they got 5 talents. I only got 1. Well, maybe because they're not complaining about what it is that they've been given. Maybe because here it is, they have the ability to handle the amount of talents of what it is that they've been given. What are you doing with the 1 that you got? What are you doing with the 3 talents that you have? Why? Because many of us are like the person with the 1 talent. We complain to God. Well, I know you a hard taskmaster. Yeah, I know you a hard taskmaster. You trying to reap where you didn't sow. You trying to reap where you didn't plant. And so this is what I did. I went ahead and buried my talent. Why are you so mad at me that I didn't use my talent? I still got it. I just buried it. All I got to do is just dig it back up. That's not the thing. You defaulted simply because you were supposed to bring an ROI. God, who gave you the gift, wanted you to multiply the gift because I want a return on my investment. I gave you this talent as an investment, as a down payment that I wanted you to multiply it. But here's what you did. You went ahead and you go ahead and hide it. You went ahead and hid it and you didn't do anything with it. And so now because you hid it and didn't do anything with it, other people actually using the talents of what it is that God gave them. And now you move into a place of bitterness. You move into a place of jealousy because you see people making moves and you stuck. You stayed stuck. You're stagnant. Unearth that gift. Unearth that talent. Do something with what God gave you. He can't give you 3. He can't give you 5. He can't multiply if you don't even use the 1 that he gave you. What God gave you is a gift. How you use that gift should be a gift back to God, and hopefully not a curse because you didn't use it or you misused it. You gotta love yourself. Gotta respect yourself. Gotta value yourself through every negative experience, through every negative circumstance, through every negative experience, through every painful process. Why? Because there's a treasure within you. Come on, family, drop a gift box. You are a red box and a gold bowl. You are a gift to the world. The tragedy is to be gifted, but to never open the package. And I hear you talking to me. Well, I've opened it. Furthermore, the tragedy is to not even use the gift that's in the package. You've opened it, but are you using it? Are you doing anything with it? You got to remind yourself that, listen, I'm packaged with purpose, promise, possibility, and potential. And I'm going to make my potential kinetic by connecting to it. You're a gift to the world. Somebody's waiting for you to become who you are so they can become who they're supposed to be. Here's the question. How much longer will you make them wait? You're making them wait because you won't write the book. You're making them wait because you won't develop the podcast. You're making them wait because you won't push your product and your service. You're making them wait because you won't stir up the gifts of what it is that God gave you. You're timid like Timothy, and Paul is telling you to stir up the gift. I come against that spirit of timidity. I come against that spirit of laziness. Yeah, you said, well, I'm just fearful. No. You're really just lazy. And fearfulness is cloaked in laziness. Do something with it. You're broken to break through. Yeah, I know they tried to break you, but no, you're going to break through. Break every burden that keeps you broken. Break that burden of depression. Break that burden of negativity. Break that burden of low self-esteem. Break that burden of emotional snipers. Break that burden of emotional squatters. Break that burden of a scarcity mindset. Break that burden of limited beliefs. Break that burden of just a low level of expectation. Break that burden of thinking small. Break that burden of telling yourself what you can't do, what you can't do, what you can't become, what you can't overcome, what you can't recover from. Break it. Come on, family, type break it. Break the cycle. Break the negativity. Break the back of the enemy. Because the best way to be found is by working your gifts, by looking your best, by walking in your purpose. And here's the thing, you got the looking your best down, but we got to work on the working of your purpose. We got to work on the development of your gifts. Yeah, discovering your gifts, developing your gifts, deploying yourself into the gifts. Overcome that misery, overcome that mess, overcome that mistreatment. Get it off of your back. Come on, family, shake yourself. Type shake yourself. Come on, shake yourself. Brush your shoulders off. What did Vicky Winans say? Shake yourself loose. That's what you got to do. Devil don't belong on your back. Devil don't belong in your face. Devil don't belong in your ear. The devil belongs under your feet. Put whatever tried to break you, put it under your feet. And you break it by stepping on it. Family, I want you to sow into this word that you've heard. Now is the debt that you owe, it is the seed that you sow. I want you to sow where you grow. I want you to sow where you soar. This is where you grow. This is where you soar. Go ahead and sow into this word that you've heard. Yeah, we've had a super conversation. Drop a super chat. Drop a super sticker. I'm breaking you into the greatness of what God has for you. It's your season of breakthrough. It's your season of overflow. It's your season of development. It's your season of enrichment. It's your season to pour into what it is that God created you to do and who God made you. I want you to sow via Cash App, $Access Identity, $Access Identity. PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr, Gmail. Not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. And I want to join my faith with yours that God does 30, 60, 100 fold in your life. That he empowers you, that he transforms you. I want you to name your seed as you're sowing your seed. Cash App, $Access Identity. PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at Gmail. super chat, super sticker. Thank you so much for the seeds that you're sowing. I'm joining my faith with yours. That God opens up the windows of heaven, pours out blessings that you don't even have room enough to receive. And so because you don't have room enough to it, you don't have room enough to receive it, you got to bless somebody as a result of it. Why? Because it is more blessed to give than it is to receive. I hope you've received this word today, and I hope you sow into it and you give into it. Thank you so much for your gifts. Thank you so much for the seeds that you have sown into good ground. And your seed helps us to meet the needs of this broadcast, whether it's the purchasing of hardware that we need, the software that it takes for us to make the show bigger, better, brighter, how to broaden our broadcast. You help us to do that. Thank you. Because of you, we're able to go into neighborhoods and nations. Because of you, we're able to go into communities and cities. Because of you, your seed comes with us as we're amplifying our voice and empowering people to make a faith-filled, healthy choice. Family, if you're not a member of our Equals community, I encourage you to join us. The breakthroughs of what it is that is taking place is absolutely monumental. The testimonies, the transformation, the truth of what people are stepping into about their gifts, their purpose, themselves, and what they have been called to do. You owe it to you to answer that call. You owe it to you to make an investment in yourself for just a minimum portion of partnership for just $24.99. The life-giving information and the revelation of what I share in my community, you really can't put a price on it. Family, drop some eagle emojis in the chat. Drop some eagle emojis in the chat. You owe it to you to get into a community of other gifted leaders. If you really want to grow, you got to get into a circle of supporters who actually want to see you grow because they're growing themselves. A win for you is a win for them too. We place collaboration over competition, and I want to help you to increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, and be transformed. Family, did you get anything from this? Come on, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the thumbs up button. Also hit the subscribe button as well. If you're not a member of In the Mix, tap the link in this chat, tap the link in the video description, and you can become a member for as little as $9.99. And my gift and give to you is to give you access to our Connor's Corner. Got a lot of content in there that is going to amplify your life. Yeah. Membership has its privileges. Become a member of In the Mix and partner with us. Family, In the Mix, out of time. But y'all know I'm not our truth, and so I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I really want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. There's no way I can pay you back, but my plans to show you that I understand. I want to let you know that you are appreciated. And while we're here on the YouTube side, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yeah, we mix it up on the YouTube side, but also on our sister satellite stations on social media. So I give you a salute to all of you who are watching. I just got a question for you. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then come on, step this way, step that way. Yeah, step this way, step that way. Which way? By friending me, by following me right now on social media. I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop. All of them. At EddieConnorJr. Come on, family, put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing love. I'm going to keep showing up. Yeah, I sure am. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, come on, I don't want you to hesitate. I do want you to reach out to me, because I'm going to ring the alarm each and every single time that we're together. Looking for a dynamic speaker? Now, why would you look any further? Hello, somebody. Why would you look any further? Come on, I want you to know I am the man for the job. Yeah, to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your session. Let's make some progression. All you have to do is invite me. And you can just simply email me to invite me. info@EddieConnor.com. And hear me, it would be a tremendous honor for me to empower you. It's yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother. And I mean that from another mother. Family, it's been fun, but you know, brother, gotta run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure. But I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you now, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. Family, there is power in partnership, and we are better together, which is why I am on a mandated mission to activate 30, yes, 30 new action takers who are ready to soar beyond their limits. I'm ready to develop and deploy you into your gifts and your greatness. Now, are you ready? Well, get activated by joining the Eagles Academy, where we cultivate your gifts and your talents to become the greatest version of yourself. And we do this through weekly mastermind sessions where you receive strategies for exponential growth with self-paced Eagles Nest reflections that include personalized feedback to transform you, to renew your mindset, to empower you to take action and actualize your purpose. Are you an action taker? If so, today I ask you, are you ready to answer the call? Well, great. Then visit theeaglesacademy.com and become a member. For only $24.99, you will unlock unlimited knowledge and resources that will launch you and catapult you into the greatest version of yourself. I invite you to the winner's circle. On your mark, get set, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com and seize this